Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with not SDF Macross, Macross 7, episode 28. Why don't you go ahead and remind us of what nonsense happened last time?
Nice. Last episode, episode 27, was Raven colored sun energy. After a confrontation in the previous episode with Lord Kaepernick, it turns out that Bazara loses his voice. But at the same time, Dr. Shiba is testing a new device that can harness the power of song to space and time. And also, apparently, that interaction led to this thing that left from planet Baruda and escapes, destroys a recon fleet from Earth forces, and it's headed right for Battle 7 or Macross 7. So all that is happening. They're also going to put up a concert, but Bizarra can't sing, so he walks away as he usually does, even when he can sing. And so Mylene is desperately trying to use the Sound Force thing to, get people excited and test it in front of people. And Gambling shows up, and stream of energy goes to him. And then Bizarra shows up. We can't sing, but he plays the guitar. Another stream of energy goes to him, and it's streams everywhere. And she's trying very hard to be the hero of the show. Then this thing that came out of Planet Baruda lands, and with a huge explosion. Shows up. It turns out it's a frog-like kaiju. It's about to attack, and it does. Battle 7 survives because he uses a special shield, but it only gets shot once. And allies go, the fighters go out there to fight it. We fight the fight and the fight and the fight. And eventually what happens is that Ray tells Mylene that, yes, Basara has lost his voice. So she uses now her special power to hit Basara right in the throat, which gives him the ability to actually sing. So together they sound blast, the kaiju blasting off again. And that's the episode.
Well, again, I thought it was ironic that, okay, we know that Mylene is in the cockpit of her Sound Force thing when the thing is crushing it, and the cockpit is like somewhere on the chest because the outer shell like breaks off and then she like flies off of it. But when she sings her song to hit Basara in his vocal cords to heal them, it hits his VF-19 and the vocal cords of where the head is. But then we see the beam hit that, and then it hits Basara in his vocal cords, implying he's sitting just beneath the head of his
Uh-huh.
VF-19, which is not how that works.
Oh, and he does the whole "I'm going to hold the teeth before they crutches my lead" thing, which is pretty heroic.
Yeah, but it's
Once in a
also,
while, he actually,
fighting, which is not what he
yeah.
should be about. Conceivably, he could have
Right.
been singing from the inside of the mouth.
But he was trying, but he couldn't pull it off because he didn't have his voice. Now, if he'd have fired his missiles inside there into the stomach of the thing, he
Yeah,
probably done more damage.
I don't think it would have worked because we've been shown that it's like stronger than weaponry.
From the outside.
Well, because like its weaponry is, I think the rule is that when you're like trying to determine the strength and durability of a creature that you've never seen before, like when death battles and whatnot, is that it should be able to withstand its own force.
Yes.
So it's firing a beam that's stronger than the Macross 7's beam, is what they say. So conceivably, it could take a shot from Macross 7 and not be killed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, we also saw Gamlin try and shoot at it, and it did nothing.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he was inside the mouth. So if he's past the outer
I know what
exterior
you're
and
saying, that the rule
yeah,
of you kill them from the inside, like let the Trask
yeah,
swallow you. I'm just saying that
yeah.
that's a rule we made up. I mean, name one person who got swallowed by a thing big enough to swallow a person and then killed it from the inside.
Jonah the whale? No.
Nope, that's
Got
all.
spit out.
One,
No, he
that's
got
made
spit
up,
out.
and two, I think the only example of someone actually being swallowed by a whale was in real life was actually also made up. So there's some story about some guy like early 1900s who they say actually got swallowed by a whale for like 7 days before he gets like pooped out the back end, and it's like they go back and they like try and figure that out, and it's like he would have died if his story was true. He would have died.
Getting
But yeah.
crushed to death.
Well, actually, I don't know. The thing that comes to me is what is it? Whale poop that we harvest for perfume. What's it called? It's not actually poop. It's something from their intestines, because their intestines coat everything that they eat with this. So if there's like sharp edges to anything that they eat, it doesn't rip up their insides. It's passing through, and that's the material that we add to perfume because it heightens the sense of smell.
My expertise on perfume rather limited.
Oh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember. It's been made fun of plenty of times in media as well. I think South Park did an episode about it. Internet Historian has done a whole perfume episode before. But anyway, whatever it is, it coats things. So, assumably, if you got swallowed and passed through a whale's intestines, you'd be suffocated by the shit.
Yeah.
Not by the shit, but that's not what I meant though. You'd be suffocated by the shit that's supposed to surround you that protects the whale's intestines.
The whale, yeah.
I want to say gambeson, but I know that's something you wear as protection underneath your armor when you're wearing like leather armor. Anyway. I forgot why I went there. I don't know. I don't think the missiles would do anything to the inside of this, only because it's probably written that way. That we can only defeat this through sound force.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything else you want to add before we get into this episode?
Not really.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I gotta figure Dr. Chiba's doing all this shit on his own, even though they're connected to a galactic network. Gotta assume that there's a limit to the length of the distance you can fold. Because that's gotta be the only reason why they never get backup. Because otherwise, hey, Macross 5 is completely dead. We're at this location. Well,
reinforcements.
Well, not even reinforcements, investigators, something. Oh, we got all their families are on all of these colonies. Let's try and investigate to see who's dead, who can be recovered, yada yada yada. I feel like there's a realistic level of care that real world people would put into this. I guess the only thing coming to my mind right now is actually The Martian. How hard everyone would try to help save one guy on a distant planet. Also, yeah, there's what's the red figure behind Basara in the opening that, like, hugs around him? Is that Sybil?
Probably.
Well, I mean, it's like the only mystery that's left of the opening other than where's the desert planet? Are they really an immigrant fleet?
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would be a colonizer fleet then, wouldn't they? Because where are they immigrating from? It implies that, like, they've been pushed away from somewhere. I'll also say now, I've said it 100 times before now, I will get a kick if there's some sort of relationship between Geppernick and Rex. Because they just look so much alike. And I constantly said early on that I thought Rex was one of the infiltrators. So just having them connect. Also the fact that Rex... So nobody understands him, but his song is powerful.
Yeah.
Also the fact that Rex woke up immediately and that Kiko, who also got hit by the same thing Sybil did not. Maybe they're going like a Sea of Stars motif. That's why space looks like an ocean.
It looks like a giant clitoris.
It's your experience, not mine. And the space Popemobile.
Yeah, ditch the mask. I don't need that anymore.
Okay, another one. But not you. Because we still can't bring you back. Sorry, Stone Cold Steve Austin just appeared. Sorry, what?
グラビルが目覚めた。グラビルがそれでゲペルニッチ様ご自身より先にグラビルのことはこのガビルにお任せく
Also, I
ださい。
fucking hate it that we got a character named Gabble and a character named Grabble. So I think I'm right, though. I think Lord Gepernick is basically like Grabble. Just Grabble got loose. And that's what the giant
No, it
eyes...
looks like... No, it looks like something else.
Well, no, I mean the giant eyes that we see in the other Frozen part that were like across from where Grabble was. Also, I was right, by the way. I said Lord Gepernick was being controlled by something from far away.
Yeah.
Or that was not his body. Or...
ついにバルキリーに取り付けるサウンドブースターが完成したそうだ。いえ、まだ実験段階でして。実験改良は実践を続けているうちにすればいい。現在、このプロトデビルンの化け物。
Maybe it shrinks when it loses spiritual?
を行えるのはサウンドフォースしかいないのだ。一刻の猶予も許さん。すぐにバルキリーに装備するのだ。了解しました。
Also, how are they gonna parse the fact that they're using their own music as weaponry when they didn't want to use weaponry? Skull on the bed, cool.
同じだった。あいつと同じ。しびる。ほら、バサラ、まだ寝てんの？早く出てきなさいよ。もう練習は始まってんのよ。
Guys, I think you've got this song nailed.
Why am I not happy with him?
By the way, conceptually, who's playing the harmonica in this band?
一生懸命練習しなきゃダメじゃない。悪い、今日パスするわ。バサラ。
At least he apologized this time.
Thanks for giving my voice back. I'm gonna pass on practice. Whoever Vafidis' voice actress is, it's just making bank. Said 5 things this whole show.
お、ありがとう。いやー、私も随分有名になったな。私にではなかったのか。何か。いや、諸君らに朗報を持ってきたのだ。と言いますと、君たちの歌エネルギーをさらにパワーアップさせるサウンドブースターを用意したんです。パワーアップ？そうです。
I mean, we've never really explained how this works anyway, so we can just boost anything we want.
何か問題でもあるのか？勝手にいじるとへそ曲げちゃうの、あいつ。へそ？君、少し静かにしたまえ。
This guy's not going to last long as part of this group. Also, he's on the outside? How the hell did he get all the way up here?
I have no idea.
I guess technically he could have rode the tram, and we know the tram opens up here. But why would you want to be all the way up here? Thank God everyone's got the ears of Olympians.
I think he senses the spiritual rather than the song itself.
Sure. Dr. Chiba made a hyperspace song detector. Why not?
Let's go.
Wow, switching up the beat on our previous songs. It's the remix.
これがシビルの言っていたアニマスピリチュアルなのか待ってろシビル奴を生け捕りにする
He doesn't defend himself.
He does dodge pretty annoyingly, though.
Oh, that didn't work.
And just keep playing no matter what.
そうだ歌い続けろこのままシビルの元へ運んでやるぜこちらイワン敵機確認これより攻撃を開始する
I didn't know the infiltrators still have a good collection of mechs on board this thing, though. Also, we know that they've scanned a bunch of people before. A bunch of people have Anima Spiritua. Not just Basara.
D1 より E1 へロッカードームの上空は我々ダイヤモンドフォースの管轄だ直ちに帰還しろ冗談じゃないそんなこと言って手柄を独り占めにするつもりか
Oh, you remember you jackass when you shot a building? I don't even mean today, I mean last time.
この俺が撃たせてもらうぜ待てドッカー
アニマスピリチュアは誰にも渡さん
The momentum would have tossed you backwards.
受け取れシビル
Okay.
Right through the dome.
I guess so.
散々だな畜生どこなんだここは
I feel like this has to be a question that they asked themselves in writing at one point. How do these people keep
Well.
getting back and forth through the dome? And they're like, I don't know, it would take too much time. Just say it happens.
Okay, that's interesting vision between the two of them.
I thought at first that was them crashing into the sun. I'm like, that didn't happen. See, I'm fine with Basara winding up with Civil. They're a good pair. They both say shit that don't make sense.
一応各ブースターの操作システムは3号機で管理できるようになっているパワーが臨界点を超えここぞと思ったら起動してくれ分かった降りてから説明すればいいのにな
ほんとバサラどうしちゃったんだろう
See, I like that there's somebody in the writing team who's thinking about these things, just like the little things. They could have told us when they came down. Implying they're just not like writing broad strokes.
そうかバサラお前のことだ殺しても死なないだろうが
Even if they kill you, okay.
As much as I wish that would happen.
It's the only thing he knows how to do, so.
And he's a one-note character. Uh-oh. He's preparing a spirit bomb. Also, does that imply trees have spiritua?
Guess so.
Also water? Does that imply that Sybil was an ugly asshole to them?
Probably.
Where's like Grabble a pet?
That's his body, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really put together that I think that Lord Geppernick's body is like Grabble's, and then think Grabble's a pet. So. Is that a horse? Don't worry, we got an infinite number of those.
出撃しろってさ。
でもバサラが。
バサラの遅刻はいつものことだ。そのうち現れるだろう。
そうよね。バサラが来るまでは私たちで頑張らなくちゃ。
Literally, we just got proven last time that that doesn't work. Mylene doesn't produce enough whatevers. Don't remember the power level thing it's called. Song units.
ふざけるな。なんであいつなんかにくそー。
Yeah, I was gonna say that I thought Giggle was gonna turn sides or something. It's when Geppernick tried to kill him. And two, he's got an allegiance to Sybil. So someone like Basara tries to help Sybil.
なんてやつだ。ディック、モーリー、化け物をこれ以上シティセブンに近づけるな。了解。
もっと花火を上げろ。
お待たせ。行くわよ。
I guess maybe that's the point of the boosters. They don't need Basara individually now.
ミレーヌさんは俺が守る。ミレーヌさん、大丈夫ですか？ よし、サウンドブースターを作動させるぞ。
Okay, never mind. They didn't even use them yet.
どういうことだ？サウンドブースターが全く反応しないじゃないか。サウンドブースターは相当量の歌エネルギーを必要とする。この程度ではまだ臨界点には程遠い。もっとだ。もっとアップダウンだ。そりゃ無茶だ。
How good are the boosters if you need to boost them before you can use them?
なぜ起きない？俺の歌は届かねえってのか。敵、あいつか。
Who's him? Who's him to you? Geppernick?
俺の歌は。
Not as good as dodging.
見れるぞ。
大丈夫です。
見れるぞ。いけるんだ。
ダメなんです。ダービンブレードがやられて動けないんです。
なんだって。
サウンドウェーブの元を潰してやる。
There's no chance in hell Gamlin's dying.
なんてパワーだ。まさか生きていたか。
俺の歌を聴け。アニマスピリチア、おとなしくしていろ。
Could destroy the Macross 7. Basara's fine.
歌を。邪魔だ。クラベル、早く潰してしまおう。やめろ。俺の歌を聴け。 静まれアニマスピリチア、お前の美は刺激的すぎる。
You don't need to tell the difference between Gabble and Grabble. Grabble's the one that grabs things. Two shots.
俺の歌を。 攻撃をやめて俺の歌を聴けってんだよ。俺の歌をなんで聴きやがらねえんだ。
What?
なんだと。なぜ撃つ熱気バサラ。
ガムリン、
お前は歌うんじゃないのか。
Yeah, you can't be this much of an ass about singing and then stop singing.
父で美を知るのだ。
歌えバサラ。歌うんだバサラ。
So my new theory is that Basara lives backwards in time. Well, think about it. It makes more sense that Basara would have like this, I don't know, whatever the hell he went through, where he thought I'm going to shoot him with a rocket early on, and then be more convicted towards singing, than to suddenly have a loss of conviction near the end of the series. It's very much a Power Rangers thing, by the way. Where they get their, like, booster armor, or, you know, halfway through the series they get some sort of upgrade.
まさかプロトデビルが信じられん。
Momo, you're such a disappointment.
やったねバサラ。
ああ、イレンさん。これはここじゃ治りませんよ。
よ、ガムリン。
あ、
ちょっと手を挙げてみな。
High five. Shut the fuck
Okay.
up.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, because he's
that's the
like,
thing.
Gamlin's the one who convinced him to keep singing instead of firing his missiles, which, by the way,
Yeah.
why the fuck would he have ever? That's so out of character for him for no reason. Also, just something that was running through my head during the entire back end of the episode. Is Sybil just a fucking idiot?
I don't know. I mean, she's
She says 2 words at a time at all. But here comes Gabble, another one of them, saying full ass sentences and thought structures, and you know, is Sybil just dumb? Again, I feel like the episodes are out of order. Like, we could watch the series again once we finish it from the back where it starts, you know? It's like, oh man, Basara at the end, I understand why he's doing everything now. Because, like, I don't know, why would he fire a missile? He's frustrated that not listening to his song? Cool. He's had that 20 episodes.
And didn't seem to care.
Yeah, and he was upset that the missiles were there. Do you just get frustrated all of a sudden and like, fire the missiles? Which, by the way, he knows won't work because he's also seen people do that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy. He gets captured. He goes to Sybil, but he can't wake up Sybil. So eventually, it's just. He wants to wake up Sybil. Why?
Because it proof that his music works. Remember, it's the same reason basically why he was okay going to sing to the coma guy when the coma guy was a bad guy. You know, we're gonna prove that the music does something by waking the coma guy out of. When I say coma guy, I mean Araka, the guy who was being brain controlled.
Yeah,
he was all right with that. Sybil just has to be some sort of larger version of that. By the way, I'm gonna assume Basara doesn't tell anybody where Sybil's at, even though he now knows where they're at.
And there's that vision that he sees this thing in energy getting attacked. So again, what was that? Some kind of understanding between the two of them? A shared vision, maybe? Because he steps in and then we see them and then this ball of it looked like a star, and then these lights are hitting it like it was under attack, and you're like, okay.
What's the implication of who's seeing that?
I mean,
Giggle?
I'm thinking no, not Giggle.
No, I think that's my interpretation. I think Giggle is the only one seeing that. That's a visual interpretation of Basara singing and his spiritua going into Sybil. That the ball of red ball of light is Sybil, and all the shit hitting it, coming into it, is Basara's singing spiritua, empowering her. Because that's also when he puts his gun or throws his gun down. Fuck it. Because all he cares about is Sybil coming back, so he doesn't care how or where the help comes from. And assumedly he gets more energy out of Basara singing at Sybil than him doing the mouth spiritua drain thing would have done.
Yes. Guess so.
I don't know. This is a rough episode. They completely break Basara's character. Basara has attacked a person before, but that was to defend Mylene, and that was episode 3. And has actively jumped in the front of other people. I don't know. It's a hard read. Because, one, you have to assume that him hitting people with speaker pods isn't an attack, which I think would constitute assault. If I threw, speakers at people, I think I'm going to get arrested for assault. But also, not acknowledging the fact that, that his whole singing energy weapons at people isn't also... Yeah. I mean, the last 2 episodes of it, not whatever that he was doing before.
Yeah.
Isn't also a weapon.
I guess. Less than lethal weapon, I guess. It doesn't destroy people, doesn't blow them up, but still.
Well, we don't... I mean... Does it? We've only ever seen it hit one thing. And it certainly shrank it.
And it hit also Kaepernick, and Kaepernick was like, oh, and then I leave.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about when he was standing behind...
Energy,
yeah, and we've only seen that hit Grapple, sorry. Yeah, well, at least launch them into the air, which implies that it has force of some sort behind it. True. Which means he's willing to hit people with his mouth. I don't know. The show has changed. It's pivoted. And
I mean, I think it was always going to go there because eventually, except for the kaiju thing, you have the premise of this guy playing a guitar in a mech that does rock and roll. So they had to use that somehow. They just decided to make the most direct way possible. Literally, he sings to them and an energy beam hits them, right?
Okay, we have Gamelin shooting a gun at the bad guy while he's protecting Mylene. Then we have Basara, who's singing, frustrated singing's not working, fires a missile. Gamelin shoots the missile, which, by the way, didn't need to do. The missile wasn't going to do anything, to prevent it from hitting, and then talks down Basara from attacking to start singing again. Gamelin, who's been shooting a thing with a gun the whole time. And then Basara gives him a high five, as though, congratulations, you understand what it's all about now. Because it has to be more of that than thanks for talking me down. But Gamelin, who was shooting a thing with a gun the whole time. What? Also, I know he wasn't impressed with Gamelin. He glowed red. If he was impressed with Gamelin, he would have glowed blue. Because there's a whole mood ring to this whole thing. Because Mylene has proven that to us. When she's impressed by Basara, she glows red. When she's impressed by Gamelin, she glows blue. Which I guess means Basara...
No, it was the other wow. It was pink for Gambling and blue for Basara.
No.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it's blue for Gamelin, because it's also color-coded to their mechs. Gamelin is a blue mech, Basara is a red one. But that also implies to me that Basara is infatuated with himself.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Well, because it would appear to me that Mylene would, in parlance of the show, probably glow pink if she was thinking about herself. Or Basara would glow pink if she was thinking about her, or he would glow blue if he was thinking about Gamelin. Because the only person who's not thinking about themselves in this instance is Mylene. She's the only one who gives a color for somebody else. So Basara has to be singing. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that is the point. That Basara isn't singing for other people, even though that's his motivation. He's actually singing for himself. And that's why he's shouting, listen to my song. And that's why it's not working. So maybe when Basara starts glowing a different color, that'll be the thing.
That he gets over the hang of that it's all about him and what he wants.
Yeah, because I mean, that's been the problem, right? Is that Basara has been a stupid idiot because he's always self-centered. I sing what I want, where I want. I'm not working for anybody, certainly not the military, and this is all about me. And why are you getting us all these stupid gigs, Mylene? I want to sing for myself. Well, you know, if it wasn't all about you, maybe your songs would touch the people that you want them to touch more. I don't know. Talking it out, that's what it sounds like in my head. So
it makes sense.
My current theory for right now.
Like anything else, it probably makes more sense than what we've seen so far. So yeah.
Well, I feel like the show is a lot of what's the first thought you have in your head. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Because every time I've been right about any theory, it's literally the first thing I thought. So that's where I think the writing is at. All right, you have anything else you want to add?
Not really.
Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up then. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?